friends. Now, I don't know where we're going to be coming this August, but I have a plan for August 14th to be the first international Wallyball competition. Kid you not. Now, the things I know is there's so much going on and trying to project that far. I don't know what's going to happen next week with my life, and you probably don't know what's out with yours. But I don't know if you've ever played Wallyball, but I want to get this out there to all of my friends. And so this is true that I've already talked to LA Fitness, and I'm not trying to advertise for them, but they're going to have the best facility to support this. They already have got kind of thumbs up on this. Now, it's going to be the first Wallyball competition international ever held. A lot of people don't even know what Wallyball is. So, and to support that, after getting a divorce and all the thing, my house was and my home had, I was living in one of them by myself for a while, and I was bored and lonely, and I want to keep sports because I always think it's very good to be. That's part of the mind, body, and spirit to stay healthy. So I joined this Wallyball teams in Erie, Colorado. And it was a fun sport. I didn't know this thing existed. It was a co-ed, and we had the funnest time, man. I mean, I looked forward to that every week. I couldn't even wait till next week. And when we had to go home at night, I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. It's times we used to play for hours from 6 to 9 o'clock on a Wednesday at the rec center, okay? So anyway, so I'm in there with this, that Wallyball. It's like indoor volleyball, and I'm going to do a quick thing on this. I'm going to show you here in a second. But August 14th is the target date. And it gets deeper, right? I actually talked to ESPN Sports. Kid you not? I said, can you actually host this? Not host it. I mean, we're going to be hosting it, but they could actually participate in it. And I talked to top level. She was VP way up there. And I talked to her about a month ago, right? And she said that they could probably give us a small time slot to it, but since it's a new sport and for them, not new to the world, but new to their viewers and everything like that, that it would be we need more like backing stuff, more like local testing. So because I asked them if they could host like the major games, like the final playoffs or whatever, right? And they said that she's just honest. She was really great. She gave me a ton of advice and just awesome. We talked for about an hour. And she said, if you want to go big time, you got to make sure you all your ducks in order, have everything accurate, right on the money, because if you screw it up, she said ESPN's going to walk away. So everybody else. So she told me to get some of the local newscasts first to cover it, and we can do this. So it's actually planning on being in Long Beach, California, but I'm not sure. Somewhere in the California area, possibly, is what I'm thinking, right? I don't know how things hold out, because I was also looking at Utah, because Utah was the first one that held this the Wallyball National Championship. But Utah is a little harder for people to get to and stuff like that. California, it's kind of out of their area, but because a lot of people don't even know what volleyball is. It's always so much sporting activity around here that it might be a little bit of a stretch. But the reason I like it there is because their LA Fitnesses have like 6 courts, which is unusual. Like 6 courts, sometimes 8 that we have 8 racquetball courts that it uses to run at the same time. Okay. So anyway, if you haven't played volleyball, maybe get a chance to get out there, and you don't have to be a professional, because we're going to try to do like different sports, maybe like novice, just be a first time introduction, beginners, intermediate, and you can be a co-ed. It will have co-ed and also just gender specific ones as well. Right. And like I said, we'll probably have intermediate, novice, intermediate, and advanced. Right. And, oh, boy, I just missed this game. I haven't played it in 3 years. And, man, I tell you, it is a lot of exercise, a lot of work, and it takes team effort like you've never seen. It's awesome, okay? So I'm getting that out there because I want to, if we're going to hold this thing, I got to get moving now and just going to be working this in the background as we get up to August 14th. Like I said, it's probably be low-key at first, but we can actually, you'll be a part of the first Wallyball International Championship competition ever. Isn't that awesome? The sport actually began it started in its formation in 1971, and then they had this. Some organizations really got together in 1989, right? But it's actually 1971, and it kind of wanders, and surprisingly doesn't take it out. See, because this sport is so fun that I see it as it should be in the Olympics someday. I'm not kidding you. It is so great. So I'm going to play this real quick and show you.
16-year veteran volleyball player and a collegiate volleyball coach.
During the course of the year, you play volleyball all year round, then you need something else.
Tony Bonilla is a
let me wind it here for a second. Sorry about that. Let me pull it back here. So it explains everything.
Volleyball has exploded in popularity. And our next story, we're going to go to a
It's grainy.
racquetball court in Salt Lake City, Utah.
I'm sorry, but
to
you
check
gotta
out
realize
the
this goes
newest
back 12
evolution
years.
of volleyball. It's called Wallyball. Volleyball is one of the most popular and competitive sports in America today. But now take a look at the latest fast-paced and hard-hitting evolution in the sport of volleyball, Wallyball. Played on a racquetball court, which is 2/3 the size of a regulation volleyball court, Wallyball has evolved into a very competitive sport and has proved to be great training for serious volleyball players. George Cassius is the executive director of Wallyball and the...
Okay. So anyway, what's going on about this is that even some professional volleyball people practice this. You know, the professionals actually play this in the wintertime. So anyway, you know what? I got to be careful here. I mean, don't even panic. I'm actually out in Death Valley still, and I'm telling you what, I've been hearing some coyotes. So you know, I've been chased by coyotes before in area, and so you got to be careful. They can be. Now, no, but these are more wild. The ones in Erie were actually partly bred with dog, so they lost that instinct to run from you, and that's that's the worst thing you have is an animal that has the kindship with humans that in them through the dog breed, and then have the wild part in them as well. Oof, that is a nightmare because you don't know what you're going to get, and so anyway, I know how to deal with coyotes if they start chasing me or attacking me. And but so be careful even running, but you got to slowly approach yourself out of there. I have whole stories behind that. I mean, I got some amazing coyote stories that blow your mind. That me coming across coyotes and having to deal with them. Oh, some scary situations, very scary, being hunted by them. And so that's the problem in this world. This world is all about being hunted. You're going to be hunted spiritually, then you're going to be hunted by the people in flesh. And then when you try to get out in the wilderness, you still got to be on your toes because some kind of animal is going to come eat you too. Anyway, take care and love y'all.